Thanks for the support as a channel member, Lewis Lurandi. Well, after the transfer shenanigans yesterday, we've now got our first matches in control of Manchester United. I may not have been paying attention all summer to just how many injuries we've been accumulating, though. This is going to be a makeshift team on the first day of the season. This isn't how it's supposed to be. Hello, Mona Club 7, Part 2 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have 2 Premier League games for you. Our first 2 games back in the Premier League after 4 years away. Ironically, a Premier League which is now held by Tottenham. They finally won it last year for the first time. But we're at home against Norwich, away against Reading. If you missed a transfer special yesterday, it was spectacular, especially the last 3 minutes. If you finished watching before the end, it all went off. We ended up spending £500 million, bringing in 174 million so far, and there's still at least 1, possibly 2 other transfers out that are still to go through that could get that figure up nearer to like £300 million. But one of those transfers is kind of on the back burner now. Paolo, I was of a mind to maybe let go based on the players that we brought in, because if we have a look at the squad depth, the 2 players that came in right on deadline day, the kind of justification for keeping Paolo around was that if we decided to use the diamond, we only had Abitbull who could play there. But now we've got Allar and Baumgartner who can both play there too. Paolo doesn't fit in to this system at all, really, other than the fact he's like the 4th choice left winger when everybody's fit. But he's going to play today because nobody's fit. So it's just as well we didn't let him go. The other guy who should definitely be leaving is Noah Carroll, who he keeps turning down moves. He turned down a move to Real Madrid, which is insane. I don't know, I guess they weren't offering him enough money, but we are going to keep offering him out. The European transfer windows don't close for a couple more weeks, so hopefully Noah Carroll will get the message and we'll move on. It's not as if he's been a regular at Manchester United ever, really. He had maybe a 3-season spell where you could just about consider him a regular, although to be fair, he never started more than 23 games in that spell either. So he's 29 years old. Noah, get the message. You were only ever a bit part player. Time to leave. We've brought the big boys in. But they're not all fit. As mentioned, Cristiano Ronaldo suspended. Cristiano Ronaldo, not that one. This is left-back Cristiano Ronaldo, who I should have given the number 7 shirt, and I can't believe I didn't. That's just a massive oversight on my part. But Cristiano Ronaldo, not that one, is suspended. David Kidd, who would be his understudy, is injured. So Sweeney, who would be our normal left winger, is going to have to play at left back. Keith Crown, who would have been one of the options to come in on one of the wings, is injured. Ian Green, who would be back up on the left wing, is injured. Sergio Sanchez, who can play on either wing as well as up front, is injured. Spotting a theme here, anybody? It means Paolo starts. So he's got a chance to impress me. He is very much on the chopping block. There are teams interested in him. But if he can, I guess if he can show me this kind of form in my system, rather than what I guess for the last 3 years, presumably he's been part of a 4-2-3-1, playing in the middle of that, and just everything's gone through him. He's been the star man. He's scored lots of goals. It's only fair that he gets a chance to earn his spot still at the club. In fact, Kev, all your wingers are injured. Why are you not using the diamond you've been training? One moment. This looks much more like it. It's actually the same 11 players, but just in a slightly different arrangement. I don't intend for this to be my long-term tactic here, but we have been training it all summer, and all we've done is move Paolo in behind the strikers, moved Humio up front as well. He's actually Philippe Leonard's, I guess, strike partner for France, or maybe understudy for France, or maybe he plays wide for France. But either way, they're roughly the same age, and they've played nearly 200 times and scored nearly 250 goals for France between them. So they should get along fine playing up front like that. But yeah, we'll do the diamond. We'll play Paolo in his preferred position because it really does give him a chance to show that we should be keeping him around. So our team, let's just stick him into being a normal goalkeeper. We've got the best goalkeeper in the world. Let's play to his strengths. So our team, Al Trichter in goal, a back four of Sweeney, Carpentier, there is an I in there before you think I'm being crazy, Carpentier, Haman and Merba up at the back. Remember, this is the guy who can play anywhere up this side. I'm expecting a lot from him. He's the reason we didn't even bother looking at Kraju, Dombrowski, Jair. Why on earth Barcelona want him? I'll swap him for Kraju. That would be nuts. Vermonti making his debut at the base of the midfield. Allah and Abbott in midfield with Paulo at the base of a front three that also consists of the aforementioned Humenu and Leonard. Let's get into the game. I guess Vermonti, Leonard, they're going to be used to playing in this diamond system. They played in it a lot last season. Haman's definitely used to playing my way. With the vertical tiki-taka. The rest of them, this has the potential to be a little bit of a culture shock. And we've got to avenge what happened last time we played Norwich, which, of course, was before my time. But I still feel angry about it. And I feel like we should go out there and show the world what we've got. Sweeney has already picked up a yellow card. Obviously, he's playing well out of position. We have two very, very attacking fullbacks in this team, though. Both of them would be completely comfortable playing as out-and-out wingers. So Vermonti's going to need to offer even more protection than he normally does. Ryan Gravenberch is in the Norwich team, one of the heroes of Tottenham, as is Mason Greenwood. Less so heroic at Tottenham, but of course former Manchester United. So he's obviously going to have multiple reasons to want to have a good game today. United never gave him a chance. I never gave him a chance with bells on, although I did make him rich. So he's probably going to want a hat-trick today. So we need to keep an eye on Mason Greenwood, who, interestingly, playing on the wing for him. Still can't even get in Norwich's team up front. Right, we have a free kick. Who's our number 11? Sweeney, playing left-back today. He's a winger wanted by Real Madrid, and that's a decent-looking free kick. And we've won a corner. Now, of course, we're in a post-Banfalvi world now, not able to bring him with us from Bayern Munich. So this is we did have that first 6 months at Bayern where we didn't have Banfalvi. They were sad times, but we are going to be less of a threat from these set pieces without him. Haman is only 6'1", I think. Carpentier, haven't even looked how tall he is. Don't care. He's not bad Valvey. Allah with the corner this time, and it's Abbott who's getting on the end of that. But we are going to have to kind of get used to having to score goals from open play, which, I find it troubling. I find it very troubling. We love a corner hack around here. Merban now charging forward. Just for those of you who don't watch me on Twitch as well, I'm not actually using corner hacks, context and stuff. There's a story. Other people will explain it to you down in the comments if you really want to know. But quite frankly, you should be watching me on Twitch because then you'd know all about it. I stream 4 nights a week, twitch.tv/LOLLUJO. Back-to-back Streamer Showdown champion. Hi, how you doing? Right, let's... we need to be doing better than this. We're going to assertively say I'm not happy with the performance out there because I'm not. This is not what I'd hoped for. Yes, it's going to take a little bit of time for him to get used to playing our way. Yes, we have got 4 or 5 players unavailable who would be very much in the mix if they were all fit. But even with all that said, I expect a better performance than this for my first game in charge here at Old Trafford. And Old Trafford, that's got 91,500 people in it. That's a big ground. Right, Sweeney on this left-hand side. Can he conjure up a goal for us? He didn't. It was a nice little run, but then he's had a shot rather than crossing, which just seems a little bit stupid. He's supposed to be a winger. He should know what he's doing there. Sweeney with another free kick. This time I think he's hit the post. In fact, no, that's a save. We've got the corner, and hopefully we can get the breakthrough from this corner. Allah with the corner, and it's Humio. Who's there? I will learn to say... Remember, I couldn't say Kryju for the first 3 games at Bayern Munich. I'll get there. Right, Paulo hasn't exactly endeared himself to me with this performance. Kirkpatrick, what are you? You're an actual left winger. That feels like a reason to bring you on and change to this system. So, Paulo is done as far as I'm concerned. You can go in there and actually play as a winger. But we're going to push you beyond him. You can now drop back a little bit. By all means, be a complete wing back. And you need to get forward a little bit more. Doing that. Okay, I can live with that. Now, Philippe Leonard also not playing well. Are you any good? You're an actual winger. Oh, you're the one I brought in from Argentina. You're the wonder kid. Yeah, let's get you on. You can come on there. You can go up front. Right, this might work. Let's show some passion. We've got 2 youngsters on, one of which out and out bona fide wonder kid, and hopefully he will do the business for us. Although it's Norwich who've got the ball at the moment, Sweeney does well to to prevent the cross from coming in, but we're not out of the woods yet. Norwich hovering around, still in our third of the pitch, and quite frankly, they're not welcome here. So if someone could nick the ball off them like that, but slightly less like that, in so much as I'd like us to then do a counter-attack, not give it straight back. But then I forget that's how tackles work on Football Manager at the moment. You win the ball and then give it straight back. Allah's done brilliantly there, though. On his debut, he's charging forward. He's got acres of space ahead of him. Just shoot. Oh, it's a decent save from their keeper again. We've played very well. We just haven't yet had the breakthrough. It's coming. Kirkpatrick then with the corner. He's got the number 10 shirt. That's whoever's given him that's ambitious for a youngster like him, giving him all the pressure of the number 10 shirt at his age. Let's just have a little look at him again. Graham Kirkpatrick, 21 years old. I mean, he played a lot of games last year, I guess. They think highly of him here, clearly. Perhaps he should have started instead of Paolo. If I'm done with Paolo, I've got to sell him. I can't keep him around and not use him. Right, we're going to take off Abbott Bull, bring on Marty, swap those two over. All of our midfielders want to be playmakers. It's similar to the situation we had at Tottenham. And I take all of the blame for it because I've signed two of them and they want to be playmakers too. But Ala's now going to push a little bit further forward, playing as the Mazzala. I'm going to demand more because we're playing Norwich. We should be winning at home against Norwich on our first game in charge. I'm going to be booed out of the ground if we don't win this one. And we haven't won it. Let's get assertive. That wasn't good enough. And hopefully play a little bit better in the second game. So one change for the Reading game then, and a complete change in shape. So you could argue lots of changes. But David Kidd, fit enough to start, although not fit enough to play an entire game. He's going to give us 75 minutes. I need to remember to make this guy complete wing back. I don't know what the difference between the two is, but I'm going to take it. Complete just sounds better. Whilst capable of occupying his defensive duties, his natural inclination is to affect... Yeah, that's what we want. Sweeney pushes forward to play on the left-hand side as the inside forward, so Paolo drops down to the bench. Let's get into it, and hopefully Reading will be less stern opposition than Norwich were, because having a little look, Norwich have actually been Europa League finishers for a number of years now. Their manager, or their previous manager, is the guy who took over at Manchester City, who obviously wanted me. So Norwich maybe are actually quite a good side. I'm going to accept Norwich are probably quite good. Reading, on the other hand, we've got to be able to beat Reading, or else I am going to start to get a little bit worried, especially as the team is starting to take shape a little bit more. We've got our backup left back in, which isn't ideal, and maybe this isn't the centre back partnership we're going to settle on. Best goalkeeper in the world, ladies and gentlemen. This is how I've been describing him since I was at Tottenham. Was it Barnsley or Tottenham? We've known about this goalkeeper for years. Well. Former Spurs and England, probably still England, but former Spurs goalkeeper Andy Dickinson in goal for Reading. Well, demand more. This is an unacceptable start to life at Manchester United that needs to start changing now. Right, Humeo on the right hand side. He's got the right back fella right there with him. They're getting in each other's way almost. Vermonti finds Humeo again, who gets into a lovely position, crosses for Leonard, who heads over. And I really hope we're going to get the Philippe Leonard we had 2 years ago at Barcelona, not the one from last year. I assumed the one from last year was the way he was because he wanted to leave Barcelona. He was having his head turned all year by Premier League clubs. He's now at a Premier League club. He's a very highly paid player in the league he wanted to be in. We know on his best, he's sensational. We need his best again, please. But I mean, I talked about it a little bit in the Bourne episode that I put out yesterday. I guess one of the issues we're going to have is the fact that he doesn't speak English yet. So it's going to take time. You'd think for a man who's been trying to engineer a move to the Premier League for a year, he'd have started learning English, but apparently not. And that's going to take, it means he's going to take time to settle in. It's always the way in Football Manager. Vermonti, of course, does speak English from his time at Tottenham, where he played with David Kidd, albeit not very often, because Kidd was always the reserve. Kidd, though, trying to get into the area. He's done really well here. Cross to Humeo, and he hits the crossbar. My goodness me. Look at the state of these match stats. We're not playing terribly, but we're not scoring the goals from all the chances we're creating, and that's problematic. Very problematic. But we're not going to let it get to us. We're gonna keep plugging away. This team will learn to play my way, even if it gets them all sacked. I'm not going to get sacked. I'm untouchable. I'm Kev. Oh no, this looked like an easy start to the season, and we're absolutely wrecking it. Right, Kid's going to come off because he can't play the whole game. So Paolo is just going to have to come on and play on that left-hand side again. Humeo's been rubbish, so Cialoni can come on and play there. We're going to do a triple substitution. We're making a point here. Baumgartner's going to come on and play in midfield. And we're going to stick him up there. And just play those two like this. And you're going to go attacking. Do you want to be that? Or can you be that? Be that. Because then you might stay out of Merba's way. Come on, boys. Demand more. What's happened here? Oh, it's a throw. That panned over as if, oh, there's a red card coming. Sweeney with the long throw. Paolo cannot direct it past the goalkeeper. These long throws aren't very effective. I think I'm going to turn them off. They worked beautifully for me in the streamer showdown at the weekend. Clearly, you need the right players. Baumgartner finds Cialoni. Merba, there you go. That's those two linking up the way I wanted them to. Merba, though, not great there, but he finds Cialoni. Back to Merba again. Now they are linking up well again. They're linking up very well. It's Abbott Bull? Is that his name? Yossi Abbott Bull has got us the equaliser on 73 minutes, and it's a very nice goal. And hopefully the start of a turnaround that means we're going to get 3 points out of this game. These two looking much better. I don't know if it's because Cialoni's better than Humeo on that side, or if because the roles complement each other better as an inside forward with a complete wing back. Maybe. But either way, much improvement since that change down that right-hand side. We're now asking for 10 minutes of passion to finish things off. Merba heads it forward to Cialoni again. Everything's coming down this right-hand side now. Vermonti has got space to run into, and he's having that. He loves a bit of space. Finds Baumgartner, back to Vermonti again. If they look out to the right, there's a ball there, but there's Sweeney on this side, and there's Philippe Leonard, and that's his first goal in a Manchester United shirt, and it's Reading 1, Man United 2, and this is starting to look a little bit more like it. Maybe this hybrid of our two tactics is what we'll end up doing. It seems a bad idea against good teams, but it might work. Vermonti having a lovely time sitting there at the base of the midfield on his own. Baumgartner is the rest of the midfield on his own. But Abbott Bull getting further forward has been really involved. So maybe this is what we do. Maybe this is our Manchester United system. We've changed things up again. New club, new system. Similar system, but new system all the same. Abbott Bull plays it over the top. Leonard's in. Another goal here from Philippe Leonard, and I believe we've got the right one. Well, at least we're ahead, but we're still not fluent, are we? But at least we've made it past Reading. An unbeaten start to the season is the best you can describe that. There you go. It was a let-off against better opposition. We get battered, and I think that is true. But at least we've got the points on the board. And while the team's still settling in with each other, and some of them are still learning the language, and we're still only on good team cohesion and a good dressing room atmosphere, while we're waiting for all this stuff to happen, then that's, I guess, the best we could hope for. We need Keith Crown back. He's a big miss. Right, we will probably do a Champions League game in tomorrow's episode. And knowing how Football Manager works, it'll probably be against Barcelona or Bayern Munich, because that just seems to be how these things happen. But we'll wait and see. It'll be either that one or that one, depending on... I guess it'll probably be this one, because then we can pair it with either City or Arsenal. City probably makes sense, because they're the team that we almost went to. And I imagine there's a little rivalry between us and them. So we'll do City and whatever that game is. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.